Imagine this. You're standing in your kitchen, hungry, fridge door open. You grab a carton of milk or a cup of yogurt. It looks normal, smells normal, nothing weird at all. Then your eyes land on the date stamped on the package. It was yesterday, and suddenly your brain goes into emergency mode. Is this dangerous now? Will I get sick? Or is that date just a rough estimate? Here's the wild part. Every single year, massive amounts of perfectly edible food get dumped in the trash. Not because it's spoiled, but because of a tiny printed date people don't fully understand. And the truth behind those dates is not what most people think. Today, we're breaking down what food dates actually mean, how they started, and why they influence what we eat, even when the food itself might still be fine. Let's rewind a bit. For most of human history, food didn't come with a deadline stamped on it. People relied on their senses. If something smelled bad, looked strange, or tasted off, they didn't eat it. Simple as that. Printed dates only became common when food production changed. Products began traveling far from where they were made, sitting in warehouses, and ending up on store shelves for long periods. Companies needed a system to manage quality, safety, and customer trust. So they added dates. But here's the key detail. Those dates were first created to protect quality, not automatically signal danger. And that's where a lot of confusion begins. Not all dates mean the same thing. Best before is about peak quality. After that date, the food might slowly lose flavor, crunch, or freshness, but if it's been stored properly, it's often still okay. Use by is more serious. This one is usually linked to safety, especially for foods that spoil quickly like fresh meat, seafood, or certain dairy products. Then there's sell by. That date is mainly for store employees. It tells shops how long to keep an item on display. It's not a deadline for when you must throw it out at home. So when someone says, it's expired, they might be talking about three completely different things without realizing it. Here's another surprise. In many places, food companies decide these dates themselves. They test products under specific conditions, temperature, packaging, storage time, and choose a date that ensures the product is still at its best. To avoid complaints or legal trouble, companies often play it safe and pick earlier dates. That means the food can sometimes last longer than the label suggests, especially for things like canned goods, dry pasta, rice, or frozen foods. That's why an unopened can sitting in a cool, dry place can stay good well past the printed date without suddenly becoming unsafe. But does that mean you should ignore dates completely? No. Dates really matter for foods that spoil fast, like raw meat, fresh fish, and certain dairy products. Those can grow harmful bacteria that you can't always see or smell. For many shelf-stable foods, though, like cereal, chocolate, honey, dried beans, time usually affects taste and texture more than safety. Your senses still count. If something smells bad, looks moldy, or has an unusual texture, don't risk it. But a date passing by one day doesn't magically flip a food from safe to toxic overnight. Think of the date as a guideline, not a countdown to disaster. So next time you're about to toss something just because of the label, pause for a second. Understanding what those dates actually mean can help you waste less food, save money, and make smarter choices in the kitchen. If this changed the way you see your fridge, hit like, share this with someone who throws food away just to be safe. And subscribe for more everyday things that turn out to have surprising backstories. Because sometimes, the smallest labels carry the biggest misunderstandings.